My husband told me not to buy any more coffee mugs, but he didn't tell me I couldn't make myself any more coffee mugs. So today we're gonna make a very beautiful coffee mug inspired by this set of nails right here. It was inspired by both Jenn's Crafted Gems and Flynn Sisters Boutique. They both inspired this cup that I made today. Jenn sent me the picture of the nails, amazing. And Jessica recently made a very beautiful alcohol ink design on her channel. It's gorgeous. I will link her video in the description in case you guys want to check it out. So that's what we're gonna make today. And I also want to give a big shout out to Yareli. She won the challenge in Baddiee University VIP app this month, which was to create a custom Halloween design without using the colors pink, purple, green, and orange, because that makes it not a challenge, right? Like a lot of people have been making those pretty aesthetically like pink and purple Halloween cups. So those are easy colors. And of course, green, purple, and orange, super easy to use. So it was challenging and they all did amazing. But the reason that she was our winner is because her cup that she submitted for the challenge was her first cup that she's ever made. And she dived right in. She played around with UV pigment and she created this beautiful design, and I'm just very proud of her. Even though it was her first tumbler, she was not afraid to just dive in, take the challenge, step out of her comfort zone and participate, and her cup turned out beautiful. This is her social media if you would like to support her, if you would like to follow her. She is super duper duper sweet. And before we get started with our amazing tutorial, one more thing. And if you would also like to support me as a creator and my channel, this is my VIP Baddiee app. We do exclusive lives in here every week, fun challenges with giveaways, lots of amazing things in here, and it's a way for you to support me as a creator if you would like to. If you are unable to, just you being here watching my videos, I'm very thankful for that as well. So, okay, let's get right into the video, and as always, besitos. You could be watching any YouTube channel that you wanted to, but you keep coming back to this one. And for that, I'm so thankful. I'm so freaking thankful. I love you guys. I love our time together so freaking much. Today, I decided to make a very beautiful coffee mug, and I'm going to keep this one. Listen, my husband, he said, honey, don't buy any more mugs. We don't have any more room, which super toxic of him, right? I know. But he technically didn't say, don't make yourself any more mugs. So I'm going to use this little gray area to make myself a mug. I'm going to do Tack-it method. I love the Tack-it method. When you want to make a beautiful cup and you don't want to have to do too many coats of epoxy, or you just want that really beautiful like shine that you can only get from Tack-it method, listen, it's super easy to do. Not a lot of people dilute their Tack-it with water. I do. I personally think it allows me to get smoother, thinner coats of Tack-it glue on my tumbler, and it's less streaky. But both ways are okay. Both ways work. I think it's just a matter of preference. If you do want to dilute your glue with water, just make it equal parts. So like if you do 10 mLs of glue, do 10 mLs of water, and so on and so forth. Anyway, the most satisfying part of this whole process is rubbing the glitter, and you cannot convince me otherwise. When you rub that glitter and you start to see that Tack-it effect, it is the most beautiful thing in the world. Also, once you get a very thin coat of the Tack-it glue all over your tumbler, you need to wait for it to fully dry before you apply your glitter. So usually it takes about 15 to 20 minutes. I use a blow dryer, so it takes 2 minutes, but it's gonna stay tacky, but you do wanna let it dry. Now, I'm gonna need 2 coats of epoxy because I spray painted my cup white and then missed some areas, so I went back with a paintbrush. And so you can kind of tell those areas through the Tack-it method, because I only did 1 layer. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with a second coat just to get more shimmer and to fully cover any little imperfections in the spray painting that I did. Nobody has to know. Also, this is for me, so hey, it's fine. Okay, so once you do your Tack-it method, just rub it completely, and then let it like brush off any excess, and then just repeat the process right over that Tack-it method. You don't need to seal it or anything like that. You rubbed off all the glitter that was meant to come off. So just go over that with another thin coat. Now, if this is your first time doing Tack-it method, it's so important for you to do thin coats and to not make it streaky, because when you rub that glitter in, any imperfections, any streaks, they're going to be visible. So just make sure you get a nice and even, smooth coat. These flat edge brushes work really well for that, and diluting it with water helps it go on smooth as butter. So I did 2 full coats of Tack-it method, and I freaking love the way it looked. Honestly, this is probably one of the most beautiful opals. I just love it so much. It's from My Star Creations, my good friend. Of course, she'll be linked with a discount code for you guys that you're welcome to use, but you don't have to, but you can if you want to, but you're not obligated. Guys, thank you so much for supporting my channel. Truly, you don't know how much it means to me. I record these voiceovers knowing that I have amazing people that are going to come listen to them, and excited to read the comments and the feedback. And you guys just make what I do so special and so amazing. And I just love you guys so much for it. I also have a lot of self-growth to do. Guys, we're our own worst critic, right? We need to be careful the way we talk about ourselves and our thoughts, because our brain is always listening. And you start to become what you talk about, what you preach, right? You're putting that energy out into the universe, and that's what the universe is giving back to you. And that's why it's so important to not beat yourself up. Don't say I'm dumb. Don't say I suck. I'm not good at this. This is, don't talk about yourself that way, right? Especially if you are speaking to yourself that way because you are comparing yourself. We're all different. And please also remember that when you're looking at, mom vloggers, fashion vloggers, fitness vloggers, anyone who is an influencer, not everyone on social media keeps it real. And we already know that that's a fact, right? So you may be beating yourself up over somebody who is not even actually living the way that they post on social media, right? Some people post that their house is always spotless and their kids are always, super well groomed and they're home cooked meals every day. And then they get off, social media, and that is just not the reality of what is actually going on in their life. Some people who have very public lives are actually very unhappy. And when they turn off the camera, they're going through the same struggles that we are. They're just not showing it. And that makes you think that they're thriving and you're not. But I promise you, that's why I really like to show the good and the bad. That's why when I'm feeling sad, you know about it. When I mess up, I show it to you. When I'm stressed, when I'm overwhelmed, I share the truth about it, because it's easy for someone to look and say, man, I wish I could do that. Man, I wish I was in that position, but everything is a struggle at some point. And, we all have the same issues, whether some people sugarcoat them or not. We do, okay? We're all trying to survive, okay? Listen, we're all behind on laundry. We're all just trying to do our best. We all feed our kids nuggets sometimes and then later feel guilty about the fact that we didn't make them a home-cooked meal. But we're just doing our best. And that's all that matters. If my kids grow up and know that they were loved and that I worked so hard for them so that they could have a good life, that's all that matters. Some days they get nuggets. Some days I can make homemade albondigas. But it's just whatever the day allows me to do. There are only so many hours in the day, and there's only so much we can do. So please give yourself some grace. Do not compare yourself. You are good enough. You are amazing. There is no other you in the universe. Do not change yourself to fit anybody's mold, to be accepted into society. Be unapologetically who you are. And do not let social media persuade you to change or to think that you are not good enough, because you are. And not everybody shows the reality, on social media. You see all these famous, YouTube couples breaking up or doing all these things, falling apart. And it's because they always have to fake a smile for social media. And that's not healthy. So sometimes you need to disconnect from social media and just remember that these are real people who are probably stressed out just like we are and a little behind on laundry and just doing the best that they can be. This is one of the reasons why it's so important never to compare yourself. And I know we're all guilty of this. And when I say we, man, I include myself, right? So this is just your reminder to be kind to yourself. Give yourself some grace. Your work is beautiful, and you may be looking at someone's tumbler saying, man, I'll never be that good, or I wish my tumblers were that good, but they may have been doing this for 3 years and you may be doing this for 4 months or 6 months, and one day you will be at their level or even better. Just keep crafting for yourself and making things that make you feel absolutely happy. Even if it's not something that's trending or something that's popular, if it makes you happy, freaking make it, right? And share your art with the world. We all have different art. We all see the world through different ways, and your art is how you express yourself. Show people who you are through your beautiful art. Whether you make t-shirts, whether you're a nail artist, a tumbler maker, a DIY crafter, whatever it is that you do, express yourself the way you truly are and do not try to fit a mold, because I promise you, you're so freaking perfect just the way you are, and you are loved, and you make a difference, and you're going to be the person that's going to inspire someone else to not beat themselves up. And we can slowly break this cycle of feeling not good enough, right? Like, we can help each other. So I hope that this has helped someone. I hope that somebody needed to hear that. I know that I sure did. And I know that I need to stop beating myself up. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of love. In the comments, tell me something that you're proud of yourself for. It could be anything at all. I look forward to reading those comments and spreading some positivity about all of us today. I love you guys. Besitos.